Hello everyone. I'm making some changes to my Atarka Render EDH deck. This is actually the deck that got me into Magic. One Christmas, my cousin gifted me and some other friends each a precon to get into the game. And I was gifted this Atarka Render precon, and it has gone through many changes, so it is no longer a precon, I would consider. But at my LGS recently, last week, I realized while I was playing it that I need to add way more early game ramp. So that's what we'll be doing today. Because the first game, I didn't even play a single spell. I just played 4 lands and I couldn't get through any. Couldn't get anything down. I was land screwed, had no ramp. And then the second game, I didn't play any spells till like turn 7. So I'll be adding some early game ramp. And I have some early game ramp, I just didn't draw them, don't have enough. Some card or creature protection too. Replace some of the draw spells I have in there. The hard part will be choosing what I want to cut. It's always the hardest part, changing a deck. So we'll go through and see what I want to cut. That's obviously staying. Some land. Change 2 forests. That's staying. I need to add more board wipes too. I'll have to find out tonight. I go in the maybe. Obviously I want haste. Ramp, ramp, ramp. She's fun, she's staying. Need that. That'll stay. To maybe, because that's not really early game. Dragons will be coming out late. And forest I'll change, because I need mostly mountains in this deck. Maybe change. Definitely not. It's more ramp. No. Elvish Piper. I've had her in play once, but she was blown up right away. So I haven't actually got to use her ability. But that, I think, will be a fun way to cheat in some dragons. Thrakus the Butcher. He's really fun with the commander Atarka, because whenever Thrakus attacks all their dragons, their power will be doubled. So the commander will go from 6 to 12, and my commander gives everyone double strike. So just these 2 cards into play, I swing Atarka at someone, that alone takes them out with commander damage. Tear of the Peaks. Yeah, he's good for if I'm getting lots of dragons into play and I can get rid of any target I need. Old Gnawbone. He goes crazy. He lets me get multiple dragons in one turn. Whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasures. Last week, the second game I played, I had him in play. I got 300 treasures in one turn. Now this is good because it's ramp and draw, but it's 7 cost, so I think that'll go in the maybe. Hellkite Tyrant. He is, if someone gets a lot of treasures or just a soul ring, I can steal those. I don't think I'll ever win with this ability, but he's good for helping get more dragons out, so I'll keep him. This is good for creature removal, but it's only 1. I'm going to maybe. I think I'll keep him, but I'm going to maybe pile. Oh yes. He's a big important with dragons in here, because any target creatures, planeswalkers, or players. Ancient Bronze Dragon. You know, I don't know if he's super good, but he's fun, because I have the Copper Dragon in here. I want him in there as well. This is good for cheating out the commander. Play him, and I also get the commander for free for 1 turn with haste. He's real fun. Now this, it's 1 red, and if I have 6 or more lands, I get a free dragon. Oh, and he's a creature, so he is an early blocker, so yeah, I will keep him. Draconic Disciple, just early game ramp. He's not super good. Birds of Paradise would be better, but they're going up in price. They're like more than 10 bucks. This is good if I have the Elvish Piper, so I can just put a creature from my hand onto the battlefield, or if my commander's been killed a bunch. Now this, one of my board wipes, I don't have much, but a red, green, and X can choose 1 or more. So it's not a board wipe, just targeted removal. Ancient Copper Dragon. This thing's fun. When he deals damage, roll a d20. Great treasures equal to that result. That's fun. Other creatures, other dragons I control get +3/+3. Now, do I really need this for 4? I like one maybe. Beginning my end step, if I control a creature with power 5 or greater, draw a card for 4, and I can tap it. I think I'll keep that. Hellkite Charger, add extra combats for 6, but I have to pay flying haste. But I have to pay 7. He'll go on the maybe. I think he's too expensive for extra combats. I gotta pay 7. Dragon spells cost 1 less to cast. That's nice. Whenever dragon attacks, so even these tokens, whenever these tokens attack, I create more. So that's really good. Deals 4 damage to each creature and planeswalker. My dragons will survive that, because most dragons are above 4 power. Flying haste for 7, he's a 5/5. As long as I control my commander, he gets +2/+2. And whenever he attacks, deals 7 damage to target creature defending player. So basically creature removal. Urza's Incubator. Obviously choosing dragons, they cost 2 less. That's huge. Creatures can't be countered, that's huge for dragons, and they'll be entering with haste. That's very important. 3 damage to each creature. You know, once again, that's only good for tokens, pretty much. Or I can discard it to draw a card. Horde Dragon. Destroy target artifact for 4. He gets +X/+O, where X is the mana value. He's a 5/5 for 6, so he'll go on the maybe. Now this, I haven't had this in play yet, but it would go crazy. Whenever opponent casts a spell, reveal a top card of my library. If it's a creature, put it into the battlefield. Otherwise, I can put that card, I may put that card on the bottom of my library. I've not had this in play yet, but this will be fun. I can't wait to actually get to play that. Dragons cost 2 less, obviously that's going in there. When he enters, I can have a fight target creature I don't control. He's a 4/5 for 7 though. Whenever a creature you control fights, put 2 1/1 counters on at the beginning of the next end step. So he only fights once. He'll go to maybe. Forest. Now this, for 5, search for up to X basic land cards, or X is the greatest power among creatures you control. put them on the battlefield tapped and shuffle. So at this point, for 5, you know, that's the only thing I'm doing. And ideally, I'd have a dragon in play before this. So really, I'll just be wasting a turn. I think it's too late. So that'll go on the maybe. This is definitely too late. Reveal the top X cards of your library. X is the greatest mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or the command zone. And I can put that number of permanent cards from among them on the battlefield and the rest of the bottom. So for 8, I get reveal 7. That's too late. I need a more early game ramp. 2 mountains. Yeah, that's the biggest problem. I have way too much late game ramp. I need early. Mountain, forest, balefire dragon. This goes crazy against small creatures. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, it deals that much damage to each creature that player controls. So that's just a board wipe basically for a single player. Clouth, Unrivaled Ancient, flying and haste. He's only a 4/4 for 7 though. But when he attacks, add X mana any combination of colors where X is total power of attacking creatures. So it's attack, it doesn't even need combat damage. Can spend it only to cast spells and until end of turn, and I don't lose it until my end of turn. Okay, Signet, Mountain, keeping all these. Add 1 mana of any color, spend it to only cast Dragon. I can pay 2 to sacrifice it, return target dragon or Ugin Planeswalker from my graveyard to my hand. Never use that. When it enters, I may reveal a forest or a mountain. If I don't, it enters tapped. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures. So for a 5, draw cards, but I'll have to have a dragon in play already. I go to maybe. Obviously, I'm keeping Soul Ring. For 3, whenever a creature with power 3 or greater enters under my control, draw a card. Well, it's 3, so I'll keep it. Now this is just like Elvish Piper as well. Can pay 2, tap it, I put a creature card from my hand onto the battlefield. That'd be nasty to put some dragons into play. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to use that or Elvish Piper, but hoping tonight I'll be able to. For 6, a 4/4 for 6, flying. Whenever he attacks, add 3 green, 3 red until end of turn. So he basically pays for himself. Indestructible. Other creatures I control have trample, which is basically the reason why she's in there, just trample. Whenever he attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage each of up to 2 other targets. So a 7/7 for 7. So he's good. He'll kill, hopefully, 3 creatures. Creatures with flying can't block creatures you control. This has saved me a few times. For 2, just basically makes my dragons unblockable. I mean, almost all of them have flying already, or can't be blocked already, because usually someone won't have dragon blockers. So this will just make it unblockable to that player. For 3, yeah, I'll keep that. So how many cards am I trying to add? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 2 of those are lands. How many did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Ooh. So obviously I'll get rid of 2 lands first. Got a Myriad Landscape. Enters tapped, yeah. Tap to add 1. Or I can pay 2 and tap it, so it's basically 3 cost. And sacrifice it. Search for 2 basic lands that share land type, put them on the battlefield, and shuffle. So I'm net positive 1 land. And this does the exact same thing, but it costs 2 more. Now if I'm land screwed, that will help. So, and it doesn't enter tapped. So yeah, I'll add both of those in replace of 2 forests. Blighted Woodland. This is upside down. Now, I need a couple more, but, well, I don't need to add all these cards. These are just some I had laying around. So obviously, Patchwork Banner's going in there. I'll choose the ones I want for sure. Patchwork Banner, Soccer Tribe Elder, 3 Visits, maybe. Explore, yes. Yeah. Search my library for forest, put that on the battlefield and shuffle, yeah. When he enters, search my library for forest, put that on the battlefield and shuffle. He's also an early blocker, yeah. Chaos Warp. The owner of target permanent shuffles it in a library, then reveals the top card of the library. If it's a permanent, they put it onto the battlefield. I could do this myself in hopes of getting a big dragon too. Target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible. Or create a 1/1 pilot token with it saddles, mounts, and crews as though it were 2 greater. I don't ever play any vehicles. That'll be maybe. X and a green. Target creature I control gets +X and gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Put that in maybe. Goblin and Archomancer. Red or green costs 1 less, obviously. I think that might have been... No, I don't think that was in the precon. I think choose target creature you control. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards. For 3, I'll keep that. Gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn, and I gain 2 life, so that's better than those 2, yep. Talisman of Impulse. For 2, tap to add 1. Or I can add a red or a green, deals 1 damage to me. Call in the Ambush. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Or I can flip it for a tapped forest. Or just tap land. And I will actually take another forest out and play that. Now, put those in the maybe pile. Let's look for another forest right on top. So that's easy, just goes in for another forest. Okay, I'll just start swapping these out. Turn on the loudspeaker. Actually, oh, it's 5. What am I doing? Yeah, so where is it? Hunter's Insight is just better because it costs 2 less. But the only thing is it has to actually connect. But I can swing at different people, and depending on what blockers are declared, I can cast it at instant speed. And with double strike, I'll actually get twice the amount. So yeah, that's just better. Costs 2 less. Majestic Genesis. This just costs too much. Just put the talisman in there. Traverse the Outlands. Yeah, that costs too much. So I'll put Patchwork Banner in there. And it pumps up my dragons. And I can tap for 1 color, any 1 color. Well, only red or green, but. Now, I wonder if it would be a mistake taking him out of there. I'm not sure. But I do need some protection because I don't have much in this deck. Horde Smelter Dragon. Yeah. Just destroys artifacts for 6 though, and he's only a 5/5, and that's all he does. Like I said, I need more early game ramp or help. Making all my dragons cheaper, that's huge. Now sure, Hellkite Charger's fun. He's flying haste, but he costs too much, and so does his ability. And I can either target some other pesky creature with this, or if I'm really screwed and I need a blocker, I can maybe do it to myself and a little mana dork or something. dragons are already big, so I don't really need to make him any bigger. And it's useless if I don't have other dragons on the field. I'd rather have more ramp. And he's also a little blocker, so. It's +1/+0 until end of turn. Deals combination of player. May have a deal damage with the target creature that player controls. Ooh, that one's kind of. Okay, I'll put him in a maybe. Yeah. Well, this is maybe too, because it gives my dragons trample in case someone has block. I play it, lets me draw a card. Yeah, this is only draw for. I get one card whenever I play a dragon, so that's just too slow. Rather have explore. I play an additional land this turn and I draw a card. Send the card Resurgent for 7. Whenever I tap a land for mana, add an extra mana. And whenever I cast a creature, draw a card. Sure, that's good. But once again, it costs 7. Into the wild. So begin my upkeep. Look at the top card of my library. If it's a land, I may put it onto the battlefield. And Dragon's Horde. Whenever dragon enters the battlefield under my control, put a gold counter on it. So this would really only come into effect turn 5 earliest, probably. Remove a gold counter from Dragon's Horde. Draw a card. Add 1 mana of any color I can tap. Oh, okay, so I misread that. So that's just for drawing. I can also use it to add 1 mana of any color. I will actually keep that. Ooh. Now I'm into the hard cuts. Well, dragons, trample, they already have flying, so they don't really need trample. Ooh. Yeah, I'll add Sakura Tribe Elder, because I can play him to ramp for a land, or I can leave him in play as an early blocker too. Ooh, I think I need to go through here again and look for one more. That's no fun, because I have 38 lands in here. I don't want to go any lower, especially in a high-cost dragon deck. So yeah, Mordant Dragon. These two are essentially the same thing. 3 visits, so I'll look for one more to swap out for Nature's Lore. No. It's just an early game blocker. Well, actually, it's not. So I think I'll take her out, actually. Because dragons have flying, so I shouldn't need trample. So yeah, I think that will be all the cuts I need. Yeah, for now. That's what the cuts should be, I'm sure. Because tonight, it's Friday Night Magic. So tonight, I'll go and play Atarka again, and I'll see if any changes need to be made. Hopefully not. But yeah. This is really the card, or the deck that got me into Magic. So, flying trample whenever dragon you control attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. Now, I know she's not the best dragon commander. Dragon or Miram is way better, but you know, this is the deck, or this is the card that got me into the game, and I just can't. I can't disassemble this deck and build another dragon deck. This is nostalgia for me. I wouldn't do that. So, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.